This is an interesting one. Dennis says, unless Rangers get silly money, I would personally keep Dessers. He's a grafter, honest player, and proven he can score goals. I bring that up, Keith, because on the Record Rangers podcast today, don't know if you've had a chance to listen to it,
No,
but
sorry.
Our esteemed colleague Andy Newport said that it's his understanding that Dessers' transfer to AEK Athens is still going ahead. There's been a slight delay, but as far as he knows, it's still going ahead.
At the Greek end, they still want to.
They still want him, and they think they can afford him.
And I think that Dessers, he is aware of the financial package that would be an offer to him in Athens, and I think he quite likes it. The one thing I would add to that and caveat it with, though, is that Dessers is a really professional guy. We've talked about it over and over about what a decent guy is as well.
Yeah.
And I certainly don't think he's the sort that would. Oh, that's a good goal.
Goal for Celtic.
Who's hit that? Engels.
That's a good watch along, isn't it? Can't even see who.
That was a cut back to the edge of the box, and we think, but the picture wasn't great. Was it Luke McCown? Luke McCown.
It was a good finish, really good finish.
Or was it Engels? I don't know. Anyway.
Left foot finish, really good.
So, the Dessers thing, he won't rock the boat. That is Luke McCown, isn't it?
I think it is, yeah, McCown, yeah.
Great strike. If Dessers, I don't get the impression, is what I'm trying to say, that he would irritate for a move or try and cause issues in order to push for it. He doesn't come across that sort of guy. I also think that he's quite happy and settled in Rangers. I don't think it will be a disaster for Cyriel Dessers' point of view if any move is turned down. I think he'd just go on. Strikes me as the sort of guy that will go on about his business, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And right now, unless Rangers have got some, rabbits just about ready to pull out of a hat, keeping Dessers for at least the Champions League qualification matches or the first two legs against Panathinaikos would seem like a decent idea.
Celtic going close to a second there. Johnny Kenny seen his effort tipped over the bar, starting to look quite sharp. Celtic. We'll keep you abreast of everything that's going on there. Johnny says I should upgrade my IPTV package. Look, everything is above board. My TV package, Johnny. Where's the camera? Stop trying to get me lifted. In the comments, Craig says, calm down, Keith, it's only Little Cork City. And Frank says £11 million Engels didn't score it against the likes of Cork City. I think Engels is going to have a big season. We talked about that last night. John says surely Dessers want to move away as the fans underappreciate him.
I don't get that impression from him at all. And what I would say is, in terms of his level of professionalism, his commitment, his contribution, whether it's in training or during matches, I think he comes across as a really impressive guy for those that get to know him. He's certainly not the biggest problem that Rangers need to address. And I think you would have to be hit with a figure that you would find really difficult to turn down. I'm not sure that $4.5 million is that figure for Dessers. I think Rangers would look at that and say, well, $4.5 million, how are we going to reinvest that and guarantee yourself the amount of goals? Even though Dessers misses plenty of chances, he still scores plenty. I'm not sure you replace that for £4.5 million. If, however, they are entering into, and we know that Lille still haven't put an official bid on the table for Hamza Egerman, but that's the sort of figures where you look at and think, right, great, that's a real good profit. We can reinvest some. We can look someplace else. But Dessers right now selling him for, if it's £4 million or thereabouts, doesn't make a lot of sense when you're trying to qualify for the Champions League with the riches that comes with that. Because you're looking now at qualification for the Champions League. What is it? 50, 60 million pounds now?
Oh, aye. At least 50, aye.
So,
aye,
you can't go into those games armed with a water pistol when there's so much at stake. And selling Dessers would be a bit of a false economy at this point.
Yeah. The Brown Warrior says, I think letting both Dessers and Egerman go would be a bad move by Rangers. I think you said in last night's show, if they do that, what is it, 60 odd goals?
Plus Churney.
Aye, plus Churney, that's
plus
it.
Churney, 63 goals.
Out the door. And I'm sure they'll sign players, but no one in at the minute.
No.
I mean, just that would seem a bit mad to me. I think, as you say, at least keep them for Panathinaikos.
It's interesting because the Churney's situation is still to be resolved. I noticed there's interest, and I think there's a bid going in around about the £6 million mark. I'm trying to think, was it from Turkey or?
I think it was Turkey. It was a Turkish club.
So, if that was to become the price, the recognised price, then
It's very affordable.
Well,
You'd think.
if you're looking at what Rangers, the new owners, are bringing in, they say they're going to invest in the team. If they can move Eagleman on for a vast profit, then a Churney, he could represent a solution, a ready-made solution, because you know exactly what you're going to get from him because you've seen it with your own eyes.